We're all just looking for ourself, that sense of freedom again, that sense of being that dancing noodle of light, that sense of just being. And that's why we do drugs. That's why people go to the bar. That's why people go to music festivals. That's why people dance, when they're drinking. That's why people drink. That's why people uh, seek out these mystical experiences. That's why people seek out drug experiences. Um, Deep down inside, we are searching for ourselves. We don't know who we are. And those that do tend to just be called free spirits, right? We call them free-spirited people. Why? Because they allow their soul and spirit to be free. They allow their spirit to just be themselves. And I just smoked a shit ton of canna, like, 30 minutes ago. And I was just sitting here dancing to some music, vibing. And I was just thinking to myself, why do people dance? Why do we dance? We dance because our soul wants to break free. The music allows our soul to move, while our stiff human body is stuck. The soul tries to move it. And when you hear an amazing beat, when you hear an amazing song where you just have to dance, what is that impulse? Why? Are you controlling it? Are you tapping your foot? Are you moving your hips? Are you bobbing your head? Are you doing it? Or is it being done to you? I feel like as much as we are searching for ourself is searching for us. And ourself speaks through us, through the music, through movement, through art, through expression, through artistic ways. I generally feel like, like I said, that's why people go to, things like music festivals, Woodstock, psychedelics, LSD, research chemicals, cannabis, most substances. I feel like so many people, what they're doing, unconsciously and some consciously, is looking for themselves. If we look for ourselves more often, we might find some answers. And if we don't, we might end up walking into it. Because that's what happened to me. It's not like one day I realized, holy shit, I found myself. No. It was every single day I was making a little more progress and movement towards becoming myself. And it just took steps, trial and error, figuring out what I like, what I don't like, what I like to do, what I don't like to do. And, figuring out that the basics is really what matters. Love, connection, friendship, family, doing things that make you feel loved, that make you feel happy, that make you feel excited, that make you feel curious. That's what I thrive on. That's what I live on, is doing things that make me feel curious, doing things that make me feel alive. And sometimes that includes substances. And some people would say, oh, you're just getting high, you're just doing drugs. I mean, you just said you did a shit ton of canna, and I'm not talking about cannabis, I'm talking about Scledium titorcium. I think that's what it's called, but the real name, but it's also called Kanna. But canna. But see, I do these things to connect with the plants, to learn, to be guided, to explore, to adventure, to dive deep within my mind and dive deep within the mind of the plant. And I think that, that's just what I have discovered that works for myself, because that's just who I am. And because I'm realizing that that's almost probably what we were meant to do, because if the receptors are in our brain, what the fuck are they there for? If, like, my conclusion and so many others is, if the drugs, if we were not meant to do drugs, they would not work. Because our body set up precautions for DMT. Why didn't our body set up precautions for every other substance? Like, meaning, our body set up precautions so we don't trip balls all day long. Because almost every vegetable has DMT in it. So if your body did not produce monoamines oxidase, MAO, then basically that molecule is produced in your gut, okay, MAO. And MAO prevents DMT from working. So the MAO molecule, that's produced in your gut, prevents DMT from working when you eat it. That's why you need an MAOI, which an MAOI is an inhibitor to an MAO. So it stops the MAO from working, from being produced in your gut, which makes the DMT being able to be absorbed into your bloodstream. But why didn't our body set up precautions for other molecules like that? If that's my conclusion, is that it was meant to be. Our body is designed by an intelligent designer, and I feel like this intelligent designer left breadcrumbs for us, and those breadcrumbs are in the plants. Those breadcrumbs are in the dance that we create, that we act out. The breadcrumbs are in the music that we leave. The breadcrumbs are inside of the art that we make. The breadcrumbs are inside of the plays that we create. The breadcrumbs are inside of the movies that we make. It's all around us. It's everywhere. The universe the isness is seeping through into our dimension. We are becoming what we were meant to be. And the only thing it takes to become what we're meant to be is to break free, to figure out who you are, to go on your path. You really want to change the world, you got to change yourself. You really want to be happy, you have to find yourself. You have to find what you love to do, and you have to do more of that. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Because if not, I'm going to ramble on forever. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't mind the way I sound. I'm sick as fuck. I have the flu as well. As I'm on Canna. But Canna doesn't really affect the way you talk or the way, whatever, anything like that. But yeah. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. And you are amazing. And have an amazing